What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today it appears that some people are smelling the roses. It appears some people see where this ship is heading, this Disney ship is heading, and they're like, I'm out. I'm jumping ship. I don't want to be a part of it anymore. People are saying, hey, Disney, you do you. We see what you're doing. We see what you're pushing. We see it all. But me and my family, we don't want to be a part of it any longer. And I'm not just talking Disney Plus or the movies. I'm also talking theme parks. And I'm going to get into that in just a second. So stay with me. Look at this poll. 68% of Americans less likely to do business with Disney over sexualized content. This coming from Yahoo News. It says more than 68% of the general election voters say they are less likely to do business with Disney after reports that it plans to include sexual ideology in new content for children, a new poll has found. The poll also says that 69% will likely support family-friendly alternatives to Disney. And there's some companies out there saying, really? You think so? Well, let's see. Let's see if you put your money where your mouth is. Let's see, because companies like the Daily Wire, they have come out and said, hey, we're going to invest $100 million into kids content to counter the woke Disney that is brainwashing children. They've made a huge announcement. It's all over their website. You can go check that out if you want more information, but they're like, nah, we're done with it. We need family-friendly content. We don't want no agenda pushing, none of that stuff. So we're putting our money where our mouth is, and we're going to do something about it. But going back to this article here, this is where I find interesting. There was a leaked video. Many of you might have seen it. It's all over social media. Basically where Latoya, who is an executive producer for Disney Television, she says, our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. She just comes out and say it. I was just like, wherever I could, just basically adding queerness. No one would stop me, and no one was trying to stop me. And then they did a poll after all these videos were leaked, and they're just not quiet about what they're trying to push anymore over there at Disney. It says that 85% of Republicans said they are less likely to continue using Disney products, while 72% of independents, and this is, look, almost 50% of Democrats said the same. So across the board, people are like, hey, Disney, hey, you might want to rethink this new strategy here. You might want to rethink this. 78% of Republicans, 72% of independents, and 59% of Democrats said they would support a family-friendly alternative to Disney. I'm just saying, people are like, I don't know about this, Disney. I don't know about this. I don't know. This was some of the polls here where you could see that's a big number. 68% less likely to support Disney. 70%, almost 70% likely to support an alternative. And now let's go into the theme parks, shall we? It says here, this is from October. Okay, this was from October. It says, looks like Walt Disney World has lost some of its loyal fans. Now, you might say that this number's small, but compared to years past, it's actually quite big. Right here, we'll never go back to Walt Disney World, almost 30%. And this has really nothing to do with this agenda that they're pushing in their content. It does a little bit because this came out before all that stuff was leaked. This just has to do with what they're doing to their theme parks and how their theme parks are turning into some kind of cheap circus where it's too expensive to go. And the amount of money that you're paying for what you're getting, it doesn't add up. I mean, we went through this with the Galactic Star Cruiser, where people are like, I'm not doing that for that kind of money. Are you serious, Disney? But hey, people are still going and people are still pushing. Now, for someone that covers the theme parks are definitely packed. So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that they're empty and no one's going. No, the Walt Disney World theme parks here in Orlando, it's the only one I can speak for, is definitely packed. And some of the reasoning is people have been kind of locked in their homes, for the past few years. And now they're like, they want to get out. Florida's kind of like one of the freer states. So people want to experience that. And now we're receiving a lot of international visitors who have been in lockdown, and now that they're able to travel. And if you don't know, Walt Disney World here in Orlando is the most visited attraction in the entire world. People come from all over the world. People come from all over America to these theme parks here. But now people are like, you know, it just ain't the same. Again, my prediction, it'll take about 3 years for them to really start to see significant changes in how much money they're making, because people have planned. People don't really know what's going on. They're not taking the time to do research, but we just keep speaking out, right? But this was the poll. 27% says, I'll never go back. Have you ever thought about it but could never really ever not go to Walt Disney World again? 38%. And even in this article, it says, here is the result that I find really surprising. 27% of those voted have said that they will never go back to Walt Disney World. And so articles like this are just saying, I find that shocking that people say they'll never go back. I find that shocking. This coming from the theme park tourist. This is why, because not only had they come out with this crazy agenda that they want to push, and they're not hiding it anymore, but they're looking at their theme parks and just kind of like, we'll just let it go, like whatever. People are still going, so it doesn't matter. But this coming from Inside the Magic, and this is nothing new. We've been reporting on this over on the Park Hopping channel, where countless people have been saving up for a year or two, done their Disney vacation, and went on social media and went, hey, I don't know what's going on over there, but we ain't coming back unless they make some significant changes. They just seem like they don't care anymore. They're just like, well, people are going, so just let them go and not worry about like the repercussions of a trashy theme park. This person wrote here, he said, I spent a 3-day trip at a resort this week and had countless rides break down during that span. I've never seen it this bad. There was one point where Big Thunder, Indiana Jones, Jungle Cruise, Rise of the Resistance, Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, Grizzly River, and the monorail were all down at once. Not to mention Pirates, Toontown, Tarzan Treehouse, Parades, World of Color, Fantasmic, Hyper Theater, Silly Symphony, Royal Theater, and Launch Bay are all closed. That's what's going on. And when I would cover the Disney parks, we would always talk about, well, there's only 50% of the stuff working right now. Everything else is closed. I don't know why. It's broke down. This is broke down. That is broke down. This is broke down. And it's constant. Now, do rides break down at other theme parks? Of course they do. But again, people are reporting, I have never seen it this bad. Imagine spending all that money going to a theme park and almost 80% of the thrill attractions are not working for the day. What do you do? And then there's a clause in the ticket where it's like, we're not responsible if, like, you know, stuff breaks down. It happens. So people are just walking around looking at the trees and the plants and maybe getting a pretzel. I mean, and that's it. So Disney, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? It's all fun and games right now, isn't it? It's all fun and games right now, but we're going to see what happens. We're going to keep an eye on it. Let me know in the comments section below. Some people are like, oh, this is so delicious, Jay. Keep reporting on this stuff. It's so delicious. But I'm curious to hear if there are people that have planned a Disney trip, they went and they're like, man, I ain't going back. Or people that were kind of like on the fence and saying, yeah, you know what? They're just not going to get my money right now. They're just not going to get my money anymore. I just don't even like what they're pushing, what they're saying, and where they're going. Let me know in the comments section below. I'm curious to read. Or you could just disagree. Be like, Jay, you're wrong. Parks are full. The company's doing great. It doesn't matter what they're pushing. People are going to support it anyway. Hey, man, your opinion is valid here. So put it in the comments section below. This is Jay. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting ride. I'm telling you. It ain't like Pirates of the Caribbean. Going to be an interesting ride. This is Jay, and we'll talk to you next time.